Well, good Friday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Studios with your Talking Live weekend forecast update here on your July 24th, 2026. Definitely been kind of a cloudy and rainy day, especially across North Georgia. East Tennessee, not as much there to worry about for the rest of the day. And the weekend still not looking bad. We'll still have to dodge some scattered storms, and looks like we're in store for some building heat as we go into next week. Now, before we get rolling here on this update, if you're new here to the Talkin Live Broadcast Channel's Facebook page, please give us a follow. And if you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. But very importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all our weather updates, just like this one. All right, let's get into today's report, shall we? As we're looking at some clouds, a little bit of sunshine, some blue skies kind of peeking in there in Chattanooga. Not bad there for this afternoon. And Helen is definitely on the wet side, been getting some rain in and off here and there throughout the morning and afternoon. Radar clearly showing you where the heavier rains are. We've had huge flooding problems around Lake Lanier, just north of Metro Atlanta. They've had some very heavy rains there. And you can see just a couple of spotty showers here across East Tennessee. But again, a lot of the activities down here to the south into Georgia. Looking at current temperatures, definitely keeping those temperatures down a bit with all the clouds and rain, but Chattanooga is still getting into the lower 80s right now. And I don't expect these temperatures to change all that much. But again, the trend going for the weekend is they're going to be trending upward. It's going to be kind of steamy once again going into next week. So looking at that regional radar, again, you can see where all the decent rains are falling. Again, they're right along an old boundary that's kind of moving through here. So got to keep things unsettled here for the rest of the day and a bit damp here heading into tonight before things begin to settle on down as this front slowly but surely will begin to wash itself out. Watch the explosion of these showers and thunderstorms that really got going up here around the Gainesville area in Athens, really dumping a lot of heavy rain. Some of the rainfall totals around Lake Lanier there near Gainesville has been upwards of 6 inches of rain. Then you see another cluster of storms getting ready to fire up there as well. And not looking bad there across Chattanooga here for the moment. Now, as we take a look at the excessive rain output, obviously, you see it does favor Georgia a lot and not as much here across East Tennessee. So it's kind of a fairly sharp drop-off point of where who's getting the rain and who's not for today. So those flash flood watches just basically are around Alabama and Georgia here for the rest of the day. East Tennessee not into this because all the heavier rains I just showed you are down toward the south. Now, as we go through the weekend, I want to show you what's going to go on with this is we're going to see this drying trend. So notice as we go into Saturday, just kind of a low chance for some heavy rains there. And then Sunday, we're gone. It's out of here. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we're seeing nothing. So we're going to be drying out and heating up as we go into next week as things get hot once again. All right, so as we go look at our severe weather outlook here for the next 3 days, that's not a problem. So again, yeah, it'll remain a little unsettled for Saturday and Sunday, but anything we do see is going to be a little more isolated to scattered here for Saturday and for Sunday. And then after that, we will see the thunderstorm activity take a little bit of a break as we roll into next week. So some changes coming in that department. All right, so let's take a look at the model data here as I got this kind of looping on through. And you can see the scatter storms here for this evening. That's not a problem. But going for the rest of Saturday, just some spotty showers. Doesn't look all that bad. You see some storms there in the evening across Alabama and maybe sneaking into Georgia just a little bit. So it's just some scattered storms for Saturday and Sunday here. But once we get past Sunday, things begin to dry on out. We'll see things begin to steadily improve at that point as we go to the end of next week. Now, what about our rainfall totals? Let's look at that. Obviously, we've had a lot of heavy rains in this area. So we're going to see how much more we kind of get. And we're going to have some localized spots that are going to be locally heavy as we saw here earlier. So we're going to see these little gully washers that'll be continuing here for the rest of today and into tomorrow. But again, East Tennessee, not that so bad, but North Georgia and Alabama definitely staying on the wet side. But after that, after we get through this weekend, things will be drying out. So just going to watch this old boundary that's kind of sitting across northern Alabama, North Georgia, just kind of oscillate there for a little while. And eventually just going to wash itself out as we're going to see things begin to improve as high pressure kind of nudges in from the west a little bit. So looking at our forecast here for your Saturday, going to go for a warmer day, 86, 72. Isolated shower, thunderstorm or two, just like you just saw there. And I think the rain chance will be maybe slightly higher down toward Georgia, but not a lot. So again, to kind of a decent day, not a washout day. And then your morning lows are going to be here mostly in the 70s here across East Tennessee and North Georgia. And as we go into the afternoon, depending on the timing on the storms firing up once again, the temperatures will be kept down. This is the high resolution model here. So it's definitely a little bit cooler than what I'm going with, but I think we're going to see a little more sunshine kind of breaking in, kind of a partly sunny type day, I think, It looks like the warmest temperature gets here is like 83 in Chattanooga. So I'm a little bit above guidance on this one because I think the range activity will be a little more spotty. All right, now let's take a look here at the regional temperatures. Obviously, you can tell we're staying unsettled over here in the Carolinas. I don't threat those guys. They were kind of getting roasted over there for a lot of Tennessee kind of sitting there, but still some 90s down here across Mississippi and Alabama, so still steamy down the south. So that frontal system is going to act as a little bit of a heat break for us here, at least temporarily, because things really do warm up going into Sunday and Monday. So as we look at that forecast going into your Sunday, getting closer to 90, still some scatter storms around, and then up to 95 by Tuesday. Those feel-like temperatures will be approaching the century mark, and then maybe an isolated storm or two going into early next week with low 90s and low 70s. And then I think we cool back down again going into that following weekend if the current trajectory of the next storm system comes in, backs those temperatures off a bit. Now, with summertime thunderstorms, you never know when one of these things are going to sneak up on you. So why don't you download our free weather app? It's absolutely free. So if you're an Apple user or an Android user, go to the Apple Store, go to Google Play, and put in North Georgia Majestic Weather and download that free app. That app's going to alert you when there's rain approaching your area, lightning nearby, severe weather alerts, hour by hour forecast, nice future cast, kind of get an idea where that radar is going. And it's also got now power outages, a new little upgrade. They just added that so you can actually see if there's power outages in your area whenever there's severe weather. And this, of course, brought to us by our weather app sponsor, Roof It Forward out of Woodstock, Georgia. If you are in Georgia and you do need a new roof, give those guys a call. They're going to take care of you with excellent customer service, some of the best materials that you need for a good roofing job, and they give a portion back to local children's charity. They truly do pay it forward, and it's great to have them as our weather app partner. All right, that is y'all's forecast for the weekend. Again, not a washout, not really that bad. We might fight some clouds on Saturday. I think we'll see a little more sunshine on Sunday, and just some scattered storms out there, so nothing that's going to wash out your plans. And just get ready for the heat coming back for next week. I know for a lot of kids, it's probably the last week of summer as we're getting closer to August. And, of course, a lot of kids start back to school going in August. Some start in late end of July. So, some are going back next week. Some are going back the week after that. So, still dealing with the heat, though. All right, appreciate you guys checking us out here on the Talkin Live Broadcast Channel's Facebook page. Please give us a follow. And on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're up on the latest updates. All right, that'll do it for now. Y'all be good, stay safe. We'll see you back in here on Monday. You guys have a great and safe weekend. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.